What up, Facebook Live? Hey, what you doing today? What up? I was gonna live stream from the beach, and it's so windy out there and cold. I know it's not cold like some parts of the country where you may be watching me. And blessings to you in that freezing weather. But it's freezing by the beach. The wind was really sanding up everything with sand, pelting you in the eyes. And I did live stream over on the Biz page if you want to go check it out for a minute. It's really noisy recording because the wind was pelting my, my little earbuds. So let me call in everybody that's meant to hear me today because the message is coming through. It was brewing and I felt it brewing on the drive to the beach and I thought, okay, this is gonna come out at the beach, and then it was windy. So here I am back at my place. And this is a painting that I did a few years ago that I was excited to be painting outside, and I went to get a drink of water or something, and when I came back out, the painting had blown over. So if anybody watching this can help me fix my canvas, send me a message. I want to fix it and paint over it. It's a nice big canvas. So look at that. Nobody is on with me yet. I can't believe it. Let me share and see if we get some friends on here. I'm going to share it into there. I'm going to share it into the love drop. I'm going to share it into, I have a lot of groups. I have a lot of groups going on. Share it into the here. All right. There we go. That's a few groups. Get some people on here. Hello. Hi, Kirsty. Hey, Tanya. How are you? Welcome, honey. So here's what today's message is about. What did I put in the comments? I want to talk about where you're going to be in 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, right? And I'm saying 4 months because, hi, Tanya. I'm saying 4 months because for me, I receive my, hey, Michelle. I receive my containers, I guess you can call them, or the experiences that I offer in little slots. So like Michelle's in one of my current experiences, Clean Slate, Clear Vision, and it was 2 weeks. That was meant to be 2 weeks. And the next time frame that I'm being given is 4 months. And that would put you at June. And so I want you, if you're watching this live and if you're watching the replay, let me know. I want you to tell me where you see and feel yourself in 4 months, and not where you just think, well, if I just do this, maybe, like if you can really feel into what your highest level vision and energy is calling you to in the 4 months. And if that feels difficult for you, because you're stressed and overwhelmed and you haven't had a chance to really hone in on your dreams, then I want to invite you to Clean Slate, Clear Vision. We're going to be offering it as a replay, and you'll be able to come in the group, and you'll be able to go through the clearing. And Michelle's in there, and Sarah, there's some other people, and they're having some beautiful shifts, as am I. And these shifts are so powerful because it's inside work. It's the inside work and the perception and the beliefs and the choices that you allow yourself to believe in that will affect what comes. So hi, Tracy. Hi, Amanda. So Tanya says, I'll be in a better place and situation. I love that. So are you in a difficult place right now? And how does that 4 months, how do you see yourself planning that 4 months? And I know for me in the last 4 months, I've had incredible change. Oh my goodness. And it's because I've been setting such powerful intentions and putting myself out in places that feel like, I don't know quite how this is coming together and how I'm going to do this, but I know it's what I'm called to do, and this is what I choose. Hi, Lillian. Welcome. So June is looking like the time frame where this next offering that I have coming through, and I've already laid out the mastermind, and the mastermind is already in effect. Like what I brought through for Clean Slate, Clear Vision becomes part of what you receive as all of the package. You receive all the content that I bring through every month. And then I have a blissful sensuality intimacy thing coming through. The work that I do allows you to know yourself and feel yourself better. And as a result of that, there's always more intimacy in your relationship with yourself and your partners, which then, not surprisingly, affects your money area and your relationship, like everything is tied together. Hey, Lillian. And so when we allow ourselves to look at the next chunk of time, and I'm a very nonlinear person, so for me to receive a 4-month chunk of time feels like, okay, that's definitely, I could see what kind of arc of transformation we could do in 4 months, and what amazing, first of all, clearing and regeneration of brain patterns and perceptions and beliefs that we could shift. But then the implementation of a daily experience that really reflects your inner soul truth and what you're really being guided to. And let me tell you, if you don't work with some help and you've had trouble accessing your true inner longings because you've been so used to thinking what other people think, worrying about what other people think, or really being beholden to serving other people instead of yourself, getting a guide to crack your heart open with your permission and yourself, and learning how to really assess parts of you that you just wouldn't go to is essential to allowing your vision to be big enough to really truly reflect your soul passion, so that you'll actually put yourself out there because it feels perfectly natural to you. It may not feel natural to anyone else but to you. Hey, Sydney. Hey, Nellie. And so the work that's coming through that I'm receiving is the work that I've been doing that's allowing me to experience traveling around the world and working and meeting amazing visionary creative ballers that are inspiring massive mind shifts and prosperity changes for many around the world. Hey, Lara. And I intended to be a part of that when I started in 2016, and I saw that was what was happening. And the way I'm guided in my life is that I'll get a feel for something, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but I know I'm meant to be a part of it. And so I'll follow that instinct, and that leads me to making friendships and relationships and putting myself in situations that allow me to grow into being what at first, when it was called to me, I wasn't at all. And so I'm inviting you who is watching this to really look at what you're for, what's happening by June for you, and how many of you watching that may never say anything on the video, but is going to private message me, know that you're being called to more. You're being called way more deeply than what's allowing. And you know that you will give yourself the gift of this experience right now, because every moment that you choose to learn exactly who you are and bring your life into focus to support that is the reality of that being your life. Just like it has happened for me, that I've had a deep longing, and I knew my situation wasn't right for me, and I allowed myself to shift it, and day to day make those little pivots into the place that feels so much more aligned and so much more powerful, and allows me to reach so many more people. And you know, the biggest thing that came up for me when I started this journey was being fearful of taking on leadership and responsibility, because I didn't know how to do a whole bunch of things. I know how to do a lot of things that I stood up and said I know how to do, but secretly I was hiding, saying, well, I don't know how to be a good leader, or I don't know how to take responsibility, or I don't know how to tell anybody how to make money, or I don't know how to do this or that. So let me talk about what I do know. And in doing so, then I had to learn how to do the things that didn't feel so comfortable. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, George. And that's what happens when you stake your claim and invest with some support and put yourself in a community of other people doing what they believe in, and put some money down and say, I'm going to do this. It's scary as fuck. I don't know how it's coming together, but I know it's coming together, and I'm going to back myself because this is what I'm called to. And I'm going to know that every day I'm going to shift at such a percentage that by the time June happens, I'm just going to completely embody so much more deep level of myself, the kind of level that allows confidence and clarity, so that when you do make decisions and meet people and plan your life, it's fucking way more epic than the one when you were all cloudy and thinking you had to do what other people thought. Or even if you've moved way past that and you're still looking to allow yourself much more depth and clarity about who you are from your soul being. Hey, George. Hey, Rochelle. So let me know, how does this message resonate for you? What questions do you have, or what energy do you want to call in the next 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months? What are we talking? Capitalism rules. Oh, Chester. You know, I believe that each of us is creating our experience, and it ripples out from us so powerfully. And the more we believe in our own ability to create from within, and those of us that can, to keep going, so that then we can invite you into our experience and you can do the same. There's the growth there in our creation. Whereas if you just bury down and say, well, I guess that's just the way it is, that's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. And I speak of this because, and I stand up and say it every day, because I know how many of you are trapped in your experience right now. You may have a beautiful home and a nice looking family and looks all pretty on the outside, and in the inside you're just trapped. And you're lit. You used to be a huge light and lit up, and now you're shut down, or a shade of gray. You know, and you guys come to me and your clients, and I see you at the beginning of the session and you're pinched and gray and fearful, and by the end of the 10 minutes even, you're lit up, and suddenly we have solutions. Suddenly the energy's shifting. Suddenly your limitless self comes to play with mine, and we end up really remembering so much of ourselves. And then the work we do together is about embodying that memory of ourself, rather than the one that you came to me where you were pinched and gray and tired and scared and frightened and confused and overwhelmed and had forgotten who you are. I hope you remember who you are, honey, and it's good. I'm not going to take the one that you're just settling for. We're going to own up to the version of you that feels dynamic and full of vitality and vibrance and passion and zest for life, and is the one that gets up and goes and does it, and is the one that connects. And even if it's frightening or you're not quite sure, you go and do it, because that's the kind of person I am. That's who I roll with, and that's the community that I create and allow. And I feel heart chakra, some heart chakra. Hey, Jane. So Jane's been working with me too. And you know, we just, it's just like when I signed up for help myself, I forgot or didn't know that I was blocking all kinds of aspects of myself and parts of my being. I just didn't know. And that's the thing. You may have done a lot of therapy and work, and you're still finding that parts of you aren't integrating into all of you. And the biggest gift that I have from this work that I've done is that I used to get blocked by all of my amazing energy and felt like I wasn't connected to it because I didn't know how to channel it through. And now all the work I've done and all the different habits of brain regeneration, perception, and things, everything comes through so beautifully every day. And I even have a team now of putting it out into videos and people being able to learn for themselves from the streaming that's coming through, that's been guided for them. And that's what I feel each of you that's drawn to me to work with me is coming to find: your own voice, your own frequency, your own connection to the wisdom that will guide you for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. This isn't just like, oh, I'm going to go get a clearing and then wonder why it's back again. This is about choosing to shift your very being every day, a little bit or a lot, and then allowing that shift to stay and become, and to have those tools of rebirth and reboot every moment, and to share that with people around you and create an expansive wave of life where everyone knows they are super empowered and their sensitivities are their gift and blessing. What do you guys have to say? What's going on? And thank you for the love hearts. So listen, we're in the middle of Clean Slate, Clear Vision. It's going to roll probably a little bit into next week. And we have another recording streaming through, and then it'll be available. You can start it yourself. That's a $197 product, which is just amazing. It's so cool to be able to bring this stuff through and offer it at that level. And then, of course, I have the mastermind, and I want you to private message me if you've been watching me shift tremendously in my last 4 months, and you're ready to shift your life tremendously in an epic way in the next 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. Let's get started right now. Just private message me and let's talk and see where you are in this experience. I'm hopping on a plane to Bali next week. And each month that you're in the mastermind, you can either meet with me virtually or you can come and see me at the location and find a space to stay and fly over and spend a day or two with me, depending on what our schedule is. And the way I work is very divinely guided. You will know if you're meant to work with me, and you will surrender. And actually, the topic of February is surrender. And surrender is about trust, and March is about trust and faith. And the reason these topics are so exciting for me to teach is they were the ones that have been the hardest for me to learn, and I've pushed away. I think I've pushed away the last level of receiving that so many of us never get to, no matter how hard we work, and no matter how talented and beautiful and amazing and much we show up, we push away what's coming to us because of this stuff that I've been learning. And this is what I want to share with you. So those of you that are super ready to have massive impact and illumination and own your brilliance and bring through your method and the way of living that resonates for you and your tribe, this is what we're doing. We want to live it and breathe it in the next 4 months. I mean, God, can you imagine where you'd be in 4 months of doing this work together? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see who rolls in. So I'm gonna be talking about this a lot, and the breakthroughs that are gonna be coming in as I own this container and I'm so excited to see what level of being comes through that just surprises me with your brilliance and your creativity and your magnetism, and we're gonna just amplify that and find the places where it's not all integrated into your clearest channel of frequency streaming through, where you can really connect with people you're meant to. Thank you, Jane. So there's today's message. Where will you be in 4 months? How will you choose to pivot each day into your own brilliance? And what are you gonna bring through? What are you gonna choose? So thank you for joining me. Have a gorgeous day and own your frequency, supernova. There's no one like you.